What's up, Falcons Nation? It's your boy Jew coming at you with another Atlanta Falcons video. As always, Falcons Nation, rise up. In today's video, I'd like to talk about James Pearce Jr. And is James Pearce Jr. the next Jevon Kearse? But if you're new to the channel, please hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell so you know when I've done Atlanta Falcons content or NFL content. If you like to follow your boy on Twitter or Instagram, you can follow me at Jew Talk Sports. If you'd like to donate to my channel, you can donate to my Cash App, which is the $ Jew Talk Sports. And if you'd like to be a part of my Jew Talk Sports membership, you can hit that join tab here on the channel as well. But with that being said, let's jump right into the video. So as I mentioned in today's video, I do want to talk about James Pearce Jr. and could James Pearce Jr. be the next Jevon Kearse? So recently, I listened to some of the interviews that our head coaches and the coaching staff had done last week. And our assistant head coach, Jerry Gray, threw out that he was a part of that 1999 coaching staff with the Tennessee Titans. And he talked about that year they drafted Jevon Kearse out of the University of Florida, and how he was one of those guys that moved the needle for them and helped get them to the Super Bowl. He was a guy his rookie season that had 14.5 sacks. And he talked about the importance of pass rush. And he talked about us bringing in Jalen Walker. He talked about us bringing in James Pearce Jr. And when I went and looked up Jevon Kearse went about 6'4", 265 pounds. His first 3 seasons in the NFL, he had double-digit sacks. But he was one of those guys known as the Freak, was his nickname when he played with the Tennessee Titans. And I really feel like there's a comparison between him and James Pearce Jr. James Pearce Jr. is another guy that I consider a freaky athlete, 6'5", 245 pounds to 250 pounds. But he killed it at the combine. And he's one of those guys that's similar to Jevon Kearse. If you go look at those guys' film and highlights and things of that nature, one of the things that Jevon Kearse was really good at was his get off, as far as getting off the line and getting a good jump on offensive linemen, and his closing speed once he got to the quarterback. And that's something that I think James Pearce Jr. also has. He's very similar to Jevon Kearse. I'm not going to say that he is the next Jevon Kearse, because those will be huge shoes to fill. But I do believe he could have that same impact that Jevon Kearse had on the 1999 Tennessee Titans roster, where you know that they were 1 yard short of winning that Super Bowl against the greatest show on turf with the then St. Louis Rams and Kurt Warner. Those guys end up winning that Super Bowl, stopping the Tennessee Titans 1 yard short of them winning that Super Bowl. But I really feel like James Pearce Jr. is one of those guys, both him and Jalen Walker. I really feel like they can be the guys that can turn the tide for this Atlanta Falcons team, and they can basically help us win more games and possibly compete for a Super Bowl championship. Now, do I believe that will happen this season? It could. I'm not stating that it's going to happen in his first season as far as us winning the Super Bowl, but I definitely think that both James Pearce Jr. and Jalen Walker, the impact that they're going to have on this Atlanta Falcons team, I think is going to be big, because the Falcons have been one of those teams that either has been dead last in sacks over the last, I'll say 5 to 10 years, or like 31st in sacks as we were last season. So we was basically one of the worst teams in the league, or we've been in the bottom half of the league as far as sacks and things of that nature. But I think James Pearce Jr. Was the right pick for the Atlanta Falcons, them going and drafting him. He is, like I said, one of those twitchy type athletes, a guy that can get to the quarterback, a guy that proved it in the SEC playing for the Tennessee Volunteers over the last couple seasons. And I really feel like he has a lot of traits similar to a Jevon Kearse. And I definitely think that this season we're going to see it pay dividends. And Jerry Gray talked about in the first season when Jevon Kearse came in, opposing NFL teams really didn't have any film on him as far as in the NFL. So offensive linemen, all they had to go by was like his college tape and things of that nature. So they weren't sure what he was capable of. And that's how he was able to jump out the gate with those 14.5 sacks, winning the Defensive Rookie of the Year in his rookie season, and help helping the Tennessee Titans get to that Super Bowl in 1999 with Steve McNair and Eddie George and those guys. So I think James Pearce Jr. Has that same capability. I really feel like it's a lot of things that he can do that a lot of teams are not aware of, as far as his speed, as far as his power as well. He's not only a guy that can speed rush, but he's also a guy that can change speed to power and can bull rush guys as well. And I really feel like he can be an impact player. He could be a guy that could win Defensive Rookie of the Year for the Falcons. And he could be a guy similar to a Vic Beasley, who came in with the Atlanta Falcons, I believe, in his second year and led the league in sacks and was able to help the Falcons get to that Super Bowl in 2016. So with that being said, you guys give me your thoughts on James Pearce Jr. I definitely think that he has the capability to have an impact like Jevon Kearse had on that Tennessee Titans roster. But with that being said, I have a lot more content coming for you guys. As always, Falcons Nation, rise up, be blessed. Peace.